KTM has made a bunch of changes to their engine in the middle of their struggles. Pedro Acosta sees the positives, but Enea Bastianini, still getting used to it, keeps comparing it to the Ducati. What do they really think? Let's break it down. Stick around till the end. KTM is heading into the 2025 MotoGP season with renewed energy and a real sense of optimism after what was a challenging yet insightful 2024 campaign. Motorsport Director Pit Beirer believes the team is in a strong position competitively and ready to take on the battles ahead. While 2024 didn't quite go to plan, with no early season wins to their name, KTM has taken valuable lessons from the experience. I'd rather see the glass as half full than half empty, and from a sporting perspective, I think we're in a good place going into next season, Beirer remarked. Brad Binder, who wrapped up 2023 inside the top 5, finished the 2024 season in P5, with rookie sensation Pedro Acosta securing P6. Both will continue to lead the factory team's charge, while the addition of experienced riders Maverick Viñales and Enea Bastianini to the Red Bull KTM Tech3 squad adds further firepower to KTM's efforts. The 2025 RC16 is expected to take a big step forward, particularly after the mid-season struggles KTM faced in 2024. We had a really tough summer, but at least we managed to steady the ship and get some decent results, Beirer admitted. Pre-season testing in Sepang gave a glimpse of what's to come, with Acosta breaking into the top 6 and Binder consistently inside the top 10. The test results underline the hard graft KTM has put in to refine their machine, focusing on stability and outright pace. That said, challenges still lie ahead, especially with the upcoming engine development freeze set to kick in from 2026 as per the Grand Prix Commission's regulations. Beirer sees this as an opportunity, though, allowing KTM to rein in development costs and shift focus towards a fresh engine for 2027. Our 2025 engine is already sorted. Given our situation, the freeze actually works in our favor, Beirer added. Despite these restrictions, KTM remains determined to mix it up at the sharp end of the grid with the refined package they've put together. With a strengthened rider lineup and key technical improvements in place, KTM is well positioned to take the fight to the front in 2025, pushing the Austrian marque further up the ranks in the world's premier motorcycle racing championship. Regarding the 2025 KTM engine, KTM's new racer Enea Bastianini also gave his response. Enea Bastianini offers an insightful perspective on the differences between the bike he now rides and the Ducati he once called his own. Having spent years mastering Ducati machinery, La Bestia now faces an exciting new challenge with KTM. First and foremost, I have to say, the KTM feels very different in a lot of ways. Braking is one of the most striking aspects. There's a much stronger push when slowing down, which feels a bit unusual compared to the Ducati, but I'm enjoying the challenge, Bastianini remarked with enthusiasm. Despite his deep familiarity with Ducati's handling characteristics, Bastianini acknowledges that KTM brings something fresh and intriguing to the table. With Ducati, I knew exactly how the bike would respond to every corner and acceleration. But with KTM, it's like learning to race all over again. It's a machine with its own strengths and weaknesses, and I'm focused on unlocking its full potential. Bastianini is keen to stress that this transition is not simply about comparing two bikes. It's about adaptation and growth. I don't want to get too caught up in comparisons because that would only slow my progress with KTM. Every bike has its own identity, and I'm confident that given time I can make this KTM just as fast and competitive as the Ducati on track. Brimming with optimism, Bastianini sees his future with KTM as a thrilling opportunity to carve out a new chapter in his career. I want to take KTM to the front, fight for victories, and prove that with this bike, I can still be at the very top. Bastianini's reflections make it clear that while the move from Ducati to KTM presents its challenges, he sees it as a chance to showcase his skill and adaptability, adding a fresh dynamic to the ever-evolving world of MotoGP. Pedro Acosta, one of KTM's brightest hopes alongside Enea Bastianini, has shared his thoughts on the bike he'll be riding in the 2025 MotoGP season. Speaking in a recent interview, Acosta sounded upbeat about the Austrian manufacturer's latest machine, particularly after the pre-season tests. This year's KTM feels really positive on track. There's been a big step forward in terms of stability and braking, We're still fine-tuning the setup, but I'm confident this is a very competitive package, Acosta said with enthusiasm. However, he also reflected on the turbulent times KTM had endured in the past. Not long ago, when KTM was on the brink of financial collapse, it was a nerve-wracking period. The uncertainty weighed heavily on everyone in the team, he admitted, recalling the struggles that nearly derailed the company. That crisis, though, proved to be a defining moment. Rather than breaking the team, it galvanized them, pushing KTM to innovate and rebuild with even greater determination. Every time I get on this bike, I remember the journey we've been on. It's not just about the machine itself, it's about a team that refused to give in, Acosta reflected. With the 2025 KTM showing real promise, Acosta and his team are eager to turn past disappointments into fuel for success, hoping to write a new chapter in the manufacturer's racing story. Maverick Viñales has set his sights on the 2025 MotoGP season with a fresh challenge ahead as he moves from Aprilia to the KTM Tech3 squad. His switch places him within a formidable four-rider lineup for the Austrian manufacturer, marking a significant new chapter in his career. Last season, Viñales stood out as the only non-Ducati rider to claim a Grand Prix victory, triumphing at Kota. Now, as he prepares to adapt to a completely different machine, his focus is on maximizing performance in every session. The first year with a new bike demands meticulous attention to detail, an open mind, and a willingness to embrace new sensations on the track. Each circuit will bring a fresh learning curve, requiring complete concentration and adaptability to unfamiliar characteristics. Beyond personal improvement, success at the front of the field remains a key ambition. Viñales is also driven by the prospect of making history. If he secures a race win aboard the KTM, he will become the first rider to achieve victories with 4 different manufacturers, having already done so with Yamaha, Suzuki and Aprilia. It is an achievement that fuels his determination, yet his ultimate aim remains clear: to be at the top of the standings by the season's end. So, what do you all think about these major changes at KTM? Are you feeling as optimistic as Pedro Acosta, or do you reckon there are still challenges ahead, as Enea Bastianini has suggested? Let's have a chat in the comments. Do you think the changes to the engine will bring better results this season? For all you MotoGP enthusiasts, it's an exciting time to follow KTM's progress. Want to know more about their strategy for the forthcoming season? Don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss out on the latest updates from KTM and their entire team. Share your thoughts as well on who you think will secure KTM's first win in 2025. And remember, this journey isn't just about victories on the track, it's also about the spirit and resilience of every team member. Would you like to see more behind-the-scenes stories from KTM? Give this video a like and drop a comment about what you're hoping for from KTM in the 2025 season. Perhaps we'll see more innovation or even some surprising wins. Stay tuned.